And we're live! Welcome to another Thursday night safe briefing with your guy, They Gone 238 on the Twitters, and They Gone 6962 on here on the YouTubes. If you're watching this, you know who I am. I'm They Gone, and I'm a former United States airborne sergeant. I was a cook in the United States military who has also jumped out of airplanes. And on every long weekend or like holiday weekend or every week on like a Friday before a weekend, your section sergeants or your platoon sergeants or your fire team leaders and folks like that, or even your first sergeants or sergeant majors sometimes we get what they call a safety brief. And so I'm going to give you that safety brief because I was a sergeant. I also gave those in my time. So as always, if it's raining outside, thundering and lightning, make sure you're not standing under a tree. Because you're standing under a tree, you might get hit by lightning. Make sure if it's tornadoing outside or all that kind of stuff, make sure you get to the lowest ground point you can so you kind of can avoid that stuff. If you're out there swimming, make sure you're swimming with a buddy. If you're going ahead, go ahead, drinking, smoking, doing whatever you crazy kids do. What you crazy kids do these days, make sure you do. Make sure you're not driving while you're doing it. Call those cabs and those Ubers and all that kind of great stuff. As always, if you get out there, make sure you're being a light out there for people. Do the right thing. If you see something, say something. If you need a ride back, give a call out. Hooty hoo, and your battle buddies will come get you. If you're out there and you do need a ride home, something happens, make sure you're calling your team, your fire team leaders, your platoon sergeants, and all that kind of stuff. All the way up to if you can't get a hold of anybody, make sure you're calling that CQ desk because it's better to call them, get guff from them to get cuffed. So that, as always, like I say, be a light out there. Be a good person. Say if you see something, say something. You don't always have to get involved, but it's always good to do those kind of things. So as always, that's kind of my kind of first part of my safety brief. Then the next kind of part of it is I kind of go into a little bit what this week's mental health theme is. For this mental health theme week, this will also transition into some stuff I got this week. So I'm going to be talking about unmasking. So what is They Gone talking about unmasking? What is Sergeant They Gone talking about? Well, what They Gone is talking about in our lives, and as we even do with different traumas out there. For mine, it happens to be, it's hard for me to admit this, a combat trauma. And for other folks, it might be just family drama, personal issues, whatever happens to be, not drama, but trauma. And those kind of things, what we kind of learn to do to kind of deal with those things, we compartmentalize our lives. So what I mean by this is as in with the theme of the show of unmasking, we put a mask on over to hide the trauma and the things that we've kind of lost control of, especially in my situation. So there will be, by doing this, if I compartmentalize my life, there's going to be a They Gone who goes to work every day. There's going to be a They Gone who's a father. There's going to be a They Gone who does a show like this. And then there's a They Gone who's going to have all the darkness and all of the things that go on with the trauma that you have. Sure, that can kind of help you through dealing with things that happen immediately, if emergencies or situations can happen immediately, because you can separate yourself what's going on. You can think on your feet and kind of move. However, unfortunately, what that does, if you do that for so many years, you start losing pieces of yourself in those boxes that you're putting yourself in. Every single time you kind of put on the mask, you're losing that transferability almost in kind of metaphorical way of yourself into other parts. So when They Gone is at work, if he's blocked off his life, work is the only thing that matters, and everything else that around it doesn't matter. But then if you compartmentalize family life, that only matters, and the work doesn't matter, and you can't be your true self. So because you're always putting on that mask of a different person, this isn't healthy for anybody. I don't believe it. Like, once again, I'm not an expert or anything, but these are kind of my thoughts and feelings. If you guys have thoughts and feelings about any kind of stuff I talk about, hit it below. If you guys need resources out there, always DM me. I can give you some mental health resources. I'm not an expert. I'm just kind of talking through stuff that I do. So, like I said, like taking that mask off and making sure you're not compartmentalizing yourself. Because once you do that, you can't be your whole self in those situations. You need to be your whole self in. I can't be my whole self at work. I can't be my whole self as being a father because I've compartmentalized myself so much. And every once in a while, you can get those compartments mixed and kind of confused. So that's kind of that. That's kind of compartmentalizing. As we are about 5 minutes in, this is into the kind of sharing part of the show. I know Destro Designs is finishing up or has already finished it up. I work during the work day, so lots of time when folks post things, I don't always see it. But I do ask folks, and all you troopers out there, I have been asking you to send me things, and you haven't been sending me not very much. But one of the great troopers, Destro Designs, he's finishing up his classified review of all the reviews of all the figures he got in. I know he also did a poll of which figures you guys wanted to see. Always check out his not YouTube channel, but his X profile and his page, and he has all that kind of stuff on there. So always check out his stuff. He's a great guy. I talked to him offline about things. That's what it's all about. It's all about community out there. It's all building each other up, listening to us when we need those issues and those problems. That's what it's all about. So some other thing that's going on. I know that the John with his Super Geek show is having some famous GI Joe folks on his show coming up either tomorrow, I believe, or later on this weekend. And they were already on Shabby's show. Yeah, Shabby is a toy collector out of Australia. He's a real good guy. After, like I said, I always say I'm going to post these links and stuff, but I need to so that I kind of know who I'm talking about. Because I know a lot of people do just in the community and stuff. Some other things are going on once again. Connor's Creations just blowing up. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much he's blown it up. Blowing up with all of his artwork and all that kind of stuff. I almost feel bad. I'm not saying it's like, hopefully he enjoys it, but hopefully he's not getting too much attention. So because I know it could probably be kind of overwhelming sometimes when everybody especially he deserves it. I'm not saying that. Just all that stuff all at once and stuff. So I've talked to him. I've tried to I kind of DM'd him a couple of times to make sure he's good. He doesn't seem to have any adverse reaction to it, so he's enjoying himself. So, like, he's blown up real big this week. I know Vern with Vern Oak Studios when he does his rants. I know he just got in the Cobra. I can't even think of the name anymore. The Cobra A10 playing the Rattler. He got that Rattler, and he's been reviewing all the figures slowly and going on and stuff. And of course, also there's my boy Joe Hunter 72. If you haven't checked out his channel, he has been hyping up the advertisement booklets for all the years. I think are you up to 86 or 87 now? I think the last one I saw 73. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, but you're up to what, 86, 87 now, or 85, 84? I think the last one I remember watching was 85. I don't think I've seen 86. 86. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I'm really hyped for 86 and 7 because that's when Crazy Legs comes in. So that's after the movie. Anyway, once again, if you guys don't know, Joe Hunter 73, he's been doing his the advertisement booklets for the G.I. Joe for every year. It's awesome. Remember, guys, there also always is crossover between the years because sometimes the figures were available. So maybe your memory might be off when a year figure was out. So there you go. Also, another great resource for if you're kind of trying to figure that stuff out. Obviously, everybody in the chat knows this is going to be 3D Joe's with not a Connor, but someone help me out. What's his name? 3D Joe's maker. His dad was like a real super agent, kind of cool guy, and he's doing the reaction force, which I'm on. Carson, thank you, Joe Hunter 73. Carson. See, there's so many great people. It's really hard for me to remember everybody, so I really apologize that I don't remember everybody. So the other things going on. Of course, I know that the Joe Board boys are still dropping Chasing Comics. Well, with Steven and the co-host, which the game is escaping, but that's okay. I do that. So, and it's a really great show. Ben Retro is his name. I don't have his socials. He needs to tweet out something if he is on X or whatever. He might not be, but if he doesn't want to, I always like to, especially with the co-hosts and stuff, I like to make sure that they get credit too. I'm not saying that Ben's a co-host. It is a show, and Steven's more the co-host, but as we all know, we know Joe Bird. Anyway, I'll go into the semantics of that later. Anyhow, anything else going on? As always, the Chaplain Assistant's Motor Pool podcast. If you didn't check out last week's show of mine, Gary there gave me a whole bunch of cool stuff. So check that show out. I do have the shirt that he got me is a laundry. We have a habit of always washing new shirts, even though they're not wearing. We just kind of wash them. It's kind of a thing we do in our household. So that I'll be wearing that probably next week. Any kind of other sharing out there? Once again, if you are in the chat, go ahead and kind of list out what you kind of want to share. I am at the 9-minute mark, so I am getting about the 20-minute show on toys and kind of chatting with you guys without doing I don't script anything. Everything's on top of my head, but more of a kind of what I want to get through. So, because I guess apparently the safety brief is open essentially. So, some other things. Oh, I want to clear some stuff up. like talking about unmasking. I want to clear some stuff up for some folks. There are a lot of veterans out there, and a lot of people who even serve in those kind of jobs, or even civilians that stuff has happened to them or things like that. Never think about your trauma or as someone else's trauma as a pissing contest. Just don't do it. There's no point in it, because that's when you get the imposter syndrome kicks in. And oh, I'm not good enough. I didn't do what I did. Blah 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 blah. But like anybody out there, it's more when I talk about what I do and when I'm doing my poetry and stuff. That's just me doing therapy and getting it out there. That's not me saying, oh, look at me, look what I did, look at anything like that, because I wouldn't, that's what I'm saying. It's not a pissing contest. Some other things. Other things out there. Once again, all my poetry that I write, if you guys didn't know, if you wanted to know, is all kind of off the top of my head. I don't keep any of it. So if you guys really like it or something, you really like a poem, kind of keep it, because I don't keep it there. It'll just be on my timeline, and when the timeline vanishes, it's gone. So that's pretty much it. Hey, yeah, thanks for Joe 173 saying hi to Jester. Jester's got his props. He's working he just wrapping up all of his reviews and stuff. And I think he also did another series of his not stop. Is it stop? Would you call it? It's not really stop motion. It's more like a panel show on Twitter, which is really cool. You guys really should check that out. All right, so let's get to it. We are at the 11-minute mark, so let's go ahead and get to the toy stuff. I will get to the stuff that's in that was shipped to me last, and I will start with the stuff that I picked up because I have an addiction to plastic. Yes, this part of the show is being self-reflection, and I know a lot of you guys do out there too have addiction to plastic. And if plastic gets too much for you guys or it's causing stress, you can back off for a while. Enjoy whatever everybody else got. It's not a race. Collection's not a race. For you guys that are completists, I get it. But for us guys who aren't, just chill. Oh, thanks, Rick. Oh, man, thanks, Joe Hunter 73. I need a co-host, I swear. Thanks, Big Red, for being here. Big Red's a great guy on Twitter. I talk to him all the time. He's kind of a brother in Christ with me. Like I know I don't talk about religion a lot, but that's kind of where I'm at. So let's get to the Sharon. So one of the first kind of things I picked up is you can equate to the kind of the masks situation. I actually ended up picking up the Green Arrow Connor hockey. This isn't the original. I know this isn't like the Green Arrow because I know the real Green Arrow has a beard and stuff. It looks more like Robin Hood. This is like an alternate universe. Of course, this is a McFarlane DC figure. This was on original when I first saw this. This was at Target for about $23. When I picked it up, Target was having a huge sale. Plus, if you spent $40, you get $10 off. So I picked this. This was on clearance or whatever their sale for $11 and something cents. And once again, remember, my state does not have sales tax. So there is the Green Arrow. I don't know much about Green Arrow. The little that I do was from some Superman cartoons and stuff. To me, but I love the Legend of Robin Hood, obviously, and Robin Loxley, and everybody loves Men in Tights. You can't say you don't love that movie. That's an awesome movie. So once again, if you guys know a lot about this version of Green Arrow, let me know. Even in my posts on Twitter, that's where I hang out most. Just kind of say what you want to say, or even say it in the comments below. I always answer you guys back. So that's that. Yeah, it's a really cool figure. Like I said, $11. Of course, I'm gonna pick it up. Even not, you can always use the bow and all that kind of stuff for other things. Like I was telling Destro's Designs, as always, if you guys gotta always buy all that crap up, and you can customize tons of stuff with it. One of the other things I picked up for my I already showed this a couple weeks ago, so I won't show that. This is really exciting. I don't have the Batman. Batman's still in the truck. Anyway, I do have the Batman. These were on. It's funny. Target had them on sale for $6 and something cents, and I bought them. I bought them both. I was really excited about it. And then the next time I went, they were on sale for like $5. It was crazy. It was like $4 and something cents. But I picked up the Batman Forever Riddler. Yay! That's awesome. I'm a really big Riddler fan. I love Jim Carrey's version of the Riddler. I also enjoy the old school Adam West Riddler. I don't know his name, so if you guys do know his name, let me know. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I'll just show the Riddler for a second or two, so you guys can get a good look at him. I did get the Batman as well. He's just in my truck, and I forgot him. A big friend of mine is he's just me. exclamation point. It's a kind of hockey name. He's a really great guy. I talk to him all the time. He does the highlighter drawings, and he did a really good Captain America the other day. He's a good friend of mine. But anyway, he's a real big Batman fan and stuff like that. And so I was really excited to show those with him as well. So yeah, let me catch up on the chat real quick, and then we kind of go from there. So hold on. All right. Oh, so Big Red is saying that he also likes the idea of the Green Arrow, but he couldn't get into the comics either. Joe H. Oh, so Joe Hunter is saying that he used to interact a lot on Twitter, but now he's just on YouTube, which is cool. Because sometimes Twitter can be a bear, you know. I mean, there's so much drama on there. I try to stay out of it. The problem is, it's funny. I've been making posts about this and pictures about it. It's kind of inappropriate, but yeah, I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing Bunker Talk as a kind of a picture series, if you notice. And one of them I did was my Spoon character. He was talking about how he harasses porn bots, and it's crazy because there's so many porn bots out there, and they need to be harassed. They need to be told, hey, you have better skill. You have better assets than that. Anyhow, go ahead. But anyway, that's just kind of a thing. It's kind of funny because there's just so many of them. It's crazy. Oh, and then also Jen Mayton. Sorry, I'm a horrible pronouncing names. Gen Mayton. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for saying hi. Appreciate you stopping by. Once again, this is I'll keep going. We're about almost halfway done actually, so I got to speed this up a little bit. So once again, here's the Ritter. I'm a big Ritter fan. Another thing I picked up, I've been telling you guys, I don't have a Darth Vader. As a Star Wars fan, I don't have a Darth Vader. But I actually finally picked up one. I don't really like this set, but it was so cheap I had to pick it up. This is the Disney's Galaxy line, I think it is, or whatever it is. So this is the Disney Galaxy line. I picked up the light. Sorry guys, the light's not that great. I picked up a Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper, plus the little mouse robot guy is pretty cool, and then of course the little orb, the mouse robot guy's here, and the little orb that gets Leia's down there. But no, I picked this up. It was really cheap. It was only like $8 or something like that. So I was pretty excited about it. Anyway, next, kind of moving on. And another thing I got was I'm not a big Legos. I was a big Legos guy way back in the day when I was a kid. I loved pirate Legos because I loved how they were more like a Revolutionary War. Because I would have the blue ones fight against the red ones, which was supposed to be like French and the English, but I made them Revolutionary War because I do what I want. And then I always had the pirates kind of as like kind of mercenaries. They would switch sides every once in a while. Anyway, and then I also loved Black Sean and M-Tron, the police force. Obviously, there's other ones and Castle ones and so on. Anyway, Castle one's the force people will want. Anyway, but this was on sale too, and I love the minifigures that come with the set. And I picked up the BARC Speed Escape. This was where Grogu and the guy who voiced Jar Jar Binks, but he made him a Jedi, escaped from the clone troopers during Order 66. This was on sale for it normally was like 24 something. I got it for $11.50, and it's the Star Wars little set. So there you go. Okay. I'm not a big Lego guys, but as always, if you guys know Salacious Rum and Bob is great guys. They do a Lego studs on the weekends, on Sundays, I believe, and he also does model stuff too. So he's a great guy. You guys should always check him out as well. But here's a Lego set. Oh, so Big Red saying he loved the Legos too. All those kind of want. Yeah, they cost so much now. I was trying to get like original like forest characters, just little minifigs and stuff. Trying to find a lot of them. Oh, it's crazy costly. It's just crazy. I'm also tracking down this old Transformer I had as a kid. It was called Snapjaw or no Whippersnapper. It was apparently excuse me, I'll slow down. It was apparently a combiner with some other animal creatures, and he was called Whippersnapper, and he turned into a shark. I remember having that toy forever. Even when I lost all the parts to, I still had him, and I just remember he went from house to house to house. When I was a kid, we moved a lot. Not my parents were in the military, just because they try to find new jobs and stuff. But anyway, I just remember always having him with me for all these places I went. But once again, here's a Lego thing. Maybe one day, if I do have time, I'll see if I can jump on. Salacious Run's show. Those guys are great. He always those folks are good people. They welcomed me into their community very well. That's how I got really involved. Not really involved, but I was getting kind of involved before, but really into the community with Vern and Salacious Rum and all those guys, and they're just great people. That's what the community is about. The more you put it into it, the more you get out of it, and just even if you're getting frustrated with stuff or not becoming popular or whatever, just enjoy the community, enjoy the ride, enjoy Connor's ride with his art stuff, enjoy that ride, enjoy Destro's designs ride, get on to Joe 72's ride or whoever you like or whatever. Just get on the ride with it, enjoy it. Like I said, we don't always have to be the center of attention. We can also enjoy other people's things too and find that success also. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we want attention too. Obviously, we're all human. I'm not saying that, but just enjoy it. So, yeah. I guess this is my time. I guess so I can say what I want. Anyhow, that's kind of all the stuff I got. I also kind of wanted I was looking through all my stuff, but gosh darn it, somehow I have a harem of Lady J's. So I opened up the carded Lady J, the retro carded Lady J last time, but I also have another box J, Lady J, and there is another box Lady J up there too. I believe at one time Lady J wasn't that popular. People were having problems with her face, and I get it, but you could pick up the figure for like $5, and I was like, yeah, I'll pick up a Lady J figure for $5. So anyway, that's how I got like 3 of them, so I could have a harem of Lady J's. So if I ever get an extra Night Force Crazy Legs, he's gonna have himself a good time. Anyway, that's kind of weird, but that's what we do on the show. All right, so one of the first things I wanted to open up, once again, I'll be name dropping some more people because that's what I do. That's what it's all about, you guys. Like I said, if you guys got projects and you guys know people who have projects that want to get them out there or all that kind of stuff, DM me and say, hey, like say show on your next show, DM, that way I can remember it and I'll scroll through and I can remember stuff. It's like I work too, and I work 40 hours and all that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to remember stuff. So one of the first things I got, I need to hurry up. I got 10 minutes left. Yeah, you like Lady J the most. I liked her better than Scarlet because I thought kind of Scarlet playing Duke and Snake Eyes was kind of dirty. I'm sorry. It was kind of dirty, and Lady J and Flint's relationship was great because Lady J didn't take any stuff from Flint, but Flint didn't really take stuff from her either. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I liked her. And then of course we all loved Cover Girl and all that kind of stuff. It's funny. I made a joke with one of my bunker talks where they're making fun of Barracks Buddies and Candy being a Barracks Buddy. If you guys know that storyline, that's how that joke makes sense. Oh, yeah. I think I'm not sure if she's still alive and doing cons or not. If she is, that'd be great. If not, that's sad. But she was a great. Hopefully, she was a nice person, like most of the other G.I. Joe voices and stuff that I've heard about are pretty nice people. So, like I said, I gotta hope for the best. Anyway, one of my friends, Byron, as you know, Byron 82, Joe Motion 82 on YouTube's and Joe Motion 82 on the Twitters. We've been friends forever. He's a great of mine. Well, he gave me a free knife, which is awesome. He got me this awesome knife. He sells knife on his eBay channel. His eBay store, and he gave me a free knife because as you guys know, he's selling G.I. Joe stuff, and it comes with a nice scabbard and stuff like that too, a sheath, I guess. That's really cool. So I'll probably keep that in my truck. So if I need a knife, I'll have one. But I've been buying lots of stuff from him. He's a great guy. He had an almost complete shipwreck, so I picked up an almost complete shipwreck. I have another one. Where did he go? Well, he's not in the shipwreck. He's not in the sea pile. Anyway, I do have another one, and I have a great friend who his name is Boiling Pop. He did a long time ago, for a while he was doing a lot of customs, and then he was doing a lot of resin customs and stuff, and then he turned into doing 3D customs and stuff. He made really great figures. Well, he did a great figure of a seaman using just a normal seaman with a hat and stuff with this figure. But I love the shirt on the figure. It kind of looks like the cook shirts that we used in the army and things like that. So I'm debating on if I want to make him a custom cook or not, but I probably won't though. But anyway, I picked him up. It was a really good price. He has a lot of good deals on there, but the thing with auctions and stuff, the prices can go up and you have to set your own limit. So that's one of the things I really got from Byron. He's a good friend of mine. Let's see here. We'll do the advertisement. This is the unofficial advertisement for the show. as you know. That reminds me. If you guys do know, always kind of tune into what's on Joe's Mind. They're a really great show. They've been on for like almost 20 something years or even longer or whatever. So always check out their show. They always have news, views, and reviews of all the kind of stuff. And they always have those kind of special guests like Connor and all kind of the big hitters out there. So if I want to see, I don't know or not, but I don't think they've ever. I know they connected with Cujo once, which I'll name drop him, but I don't know if they've had the rest of the GI Joe boys on there. I know it's hard for them because they live in the south of the equator on the other side of the world, so time zones are crazy. But I don't know how much they get out and do interviews and stuff. That's what I like to see more. I know everybody in the community doesn't know each other, obviously, but I'd like to see more cross interviews and stuff. So, oh yeah, thanks, Joe Hunter 82. If you're here, hit that like button, hit that follow, and subscribe, and leave comments and share, and come back to the replay and do it again. Thanks very much. You always need that guy in the chat. Anyway, well, as always, Kokomo Toys, my unofficial sponsor, and then tune into Joe what's on Joe Mind, and then Kokomo Toys. What did they get for? They got for Kokomo Toys. I got this for under five. I got about around $5 or so. So I knew it wasn't going to be very expensive. There wasn't a lot of traffic on it, but so that's why I got it for super cheap. So what did we get? I got it is the Star Wars Micro Machines mini play sets. There you go. This one comes with, as you guys know, I like my biker trooper. So you look the little biker trooper in the indoor, and then you have the little guy, the musician guy, and then you have the Boba Palace's ambassador guy. Not Boba Palace's, well, Jabba's Palace's, but ambassador. He's not. It's Boba Fett's now. So that's kind of, I like these little micro machines things. They remind me as a kid because they were always small toys I could have and stuff. The other, I guess I'll show you guys the back. The back also includes the kind of the other sets you can get at the time, but it also shows you a close up view when these are opened up. So here's the back. So as you can see, the first one here is Jabba Palace's guard, and you can see Jabba there and the kind of thing. These kind of remind you of those Mighty Maxes and things like that. That's what these remind me of. If you guys remember those, or Polly Pockets if you're a girl. And they have the other ones too. Looks like they had a Boba Fett one and a Greedo one, and the Yub Yub guy, and the Trap guy, and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Big Red is saying that he remembers them. I was big into military. Yeah, I was big into military ones too. I need to stop spending money, but when I have more gifts and stuff, there are a lot of the Micro Machine planes, like the World War II ones. Now, I didn't even have Micro Machine ones, but there was these little metal ones, if you remember them. They made out of metals, and the propeller spins, and they were really small. I love those kind of little tiny things as a kid. There was a Micro Machine carrier too. It was really small, and it came with little planes too. I absolutely loved that as a kid. I remember that. Yeah, just those little, like, I love the military ones, like the tanks and stuff. They just don't even make those anymore. Even Hot Wheels and Matchbox, they don't make military stuff anymore. I was looking on eBay looking for some, how we had old tanks and for toys and stuff back in the day, and the cost for them is just outrageous. I mean, we're talking about just for a little tank like about that big, it was upwards of at least $10 or $15, which is crazy because it's open. It's not like it's in a package or anything. Anyway, well, let's kind of that. That's like, once again, Kokomo Toys, the famous place for your 1 penny auction, and they have a great store, and they did a documentary about them. So Kokomo Toys, yeah, give them a look. Like I said, with any auction, you're going to pay for what people think it's worth, and sometimes you get lucky with cheap ones, sometimes you can't. All right, so the last thing, this will wrap up the show. Like I said, I'm about 28 minutes in, so we'll be wrapping up. Think of those questions at the middle.